You are looking at a live picture of an epidemic. Each of these kids is someone's son or daughter, brother or sister, but each can tell a painful story of separation. These kids have all run away, or their families have thrown them out. Right now, the 500 or so shelters around the country are filling up with teenagers seeking a haven just for a night or two. Then they'll rejoin the gypsy traffic of the streets, the bus terminals, the hovels, and the hideouts of life on the run. If the essence of childhood is innocence, these faces are heartbreaking evidence of childhood in ruins, of innocence lost.
Tribune Entertainment and the investigative news crew present the Geraldo Rivera Specials. Tonight, live via satellite from cities coast to coast, Innocence Lost, the erosion of American childhood.
You stay here in the Port Authority?
Yeah.
Where do you sleep in the bathroom?
Yeah.
You sleep right here in the women's room?
Yeah, for the last stop.
Life on the streets. Over 1 million runaways trading home life for low life.
It's Hollywood Boulevard. It has an international reputation as a tourist attraction. But on any given night, there are at least 4,000 runaways here in Hollywood.
To be on the streets, it's more than anyone can imagine. It's more than listening to your father telling you, don't go out, come in early, get good grades. I mean, that's easy life.
You're hustling, you freelancing?
Freelance.
What does that mean?
Pick up a job now and then, do a few favors, make a little cash.
Violence and crime. A rampage of mayhem and destruction. A lack of respect for life.
Who'd you shoot? It's hard to say. I don't even know who I shot. It was just like boom, 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 and then 3 people fell.
This is you. This is you 10, 15 years down the road. This is you. You're trying to do it my way. You want to leave the bright side and come into the dark side? Well, come on with it, because there's 1,400 like me to welcome you with open arms.
Babies having babies. Girls becoming mothers. Unwed, unprepared.
I was kind of embarrassed to go to the place and get the birth control. Or like he would say the word, it's okay, I would be careful.
Teen suicide.
I overdosed on pills one Saturday afternoon.
I tried to blow my head off and that didn't work.
I want to die, I don't want to live.
A plague of adolescent self-destruction. Reunions. You'll watch as tears of heartache turn to tears of joy.
I love you, baby.
The American dream begins with a dream of childhood. Simple and safe, secure, serene. But there's also an American nightmare of children going astray in an adult world of sleaze and sin. We are not saying tonight that American youth has gone bad. There are millions of good kids out there, some right here in our audience. But we believe that American kids generally are more vulnerable and victimized than ever. Evils once suppressed or kept at a distance on the so-called bad side of town have become epidemics. If our children embody a faith in the future, there's reason to put that faith into question. And if the home is the symbol of stability, let's start with the kids who've left their homes behind. There was a time when running away from home seemed as American as apple pie. When Huckleberry Finn lit out for the territories, he was on his way to boyhood adventure, a nice romantic notion. But now forget romance and forget nice.
Life on the streets is one hellhole.
You run out of food and you run out of clothes and you run out of everything.
And we panhandle for money to stay in restaurants all night long.
Here is one of the most telling statistics from the kids' crisis. At this moment, there are at least 1 million runaways, out of money, out of friends, out of luck.
I survived on the streets by selling drugs, doing drugs, and pulling tricks.
Not since the Great Depression have so many lost souls hit the road. Running from abuse or discipline or just running. There's a wandering tribe of teens out there tonight, and whatever its attractions, the road is not an easy place.
The first week or two, I didn't hardly eat anything because I wasn't any good at bumming money. And after a while, I had to start stealing things like auto stereos and things like that. So at night, though, is the trouble because I have to sleep on the streets.
I was 14 years old when I came down here, and I wasn't streetwise at the time at all. I came from a wealthy family, and I had to learn all the tricks of the street. There's no one that you can trust. If you think somebody's out there and they're going to help you, you always wonder what they want from you.
How do you tell the story of more than 1 million runaways? You start by saying none is typical. They are of all races, social classes, and economic strata. We even found a teenage little person on the run in California. While her packaging may be different, her problems are the same, like where she spends the night.
This is your little house?
Yeah.
It's leaking. Why don't you move your blankets out of the leak?
The floor's also.
How long have you been living in here?
About a week.
Where do you go to the bathroom?
Anywhere we can find.
Most hardcore runaways claim they are fleeing severe family problems. Very often, it is alleged abuse by a step-parent.
My stepdad, I don't like him. He hits my sister, so I didn't like that, so I left.
He really despises me, I despise him.
My dad was an alcoholic.
You know, he hits me and I hate him.
Why was it important for you to leave your house?
Because my stepfather molested me when I was 13. And it's been going on for 3 years. I had a baby out of one of them and I gave it up for adoption. And then he made me go and get an abortion. And my mom knew about the baby, but she didn't know about the abortion.
And this is your stepfather?
40% of these kids didn't actually run from their homes. They were tossed out by their parents.
I had a choice to either leave on my own or they'd kick me out.
My mom would always argue with me, yell at each other, and have fist fights, and my dad would always agree with her.
Regardless of why they left home, because they're often too young or too frightened to find a real job, runaways generally gravitate to one of 3 professions: beggar,
Excuse me, do you guys have any spare change?
thief, or prostitute. We did find one group with a unique occupation. They're pimp bashers.
There's 40 of us. There's about 30 girls. The rest of us are guys. We take care of the girls because the pimps want them. We don't like pimps, so we get rid of them.
By some estimates, 1 out of every 7 American kids will leave home at least once during adolescence. As you know, the problem of missing children has received a vast amount of recent attention. On closer examination, though, the real problem becomes clear. Most of the kids haven't been snatched. They've run away. Here in the state of Florida, for example, of the almost 5,000 registered missing children, the cops estimate 95% of them are actually kids who have run away from home.
How about you see this girl around at all while you've been around? Nothing at all?
Many aren't serious runaways. 40% return the next day, and only 1 in 5 ventures more than 50 miles from home. Many who do, though, never return. Thousands find their way to California.
It's Hollywood Boulevard. It has an international reputation as a tourist attraction. But on any given night, there are at least 4,000 runaways here in Hollywood. Some of them are living right in this building. It's a highly unusual crash pad.
Once a Gap department store, the heavily fire-damaged building is now home to dozens of runaways and homeless young people. One wet, chilly Hollywood night, I was led into the place by Australia. He's the 19-year-old pimp basher who is unofficial boss of the building.
Okay, lead the way.
Lit by just a flare, the building had all the ambiance of a haunted house. As we walked around, the lost teens emerged like ghosts from shadows.
Hi. I'm Geraldo.
Lisa.
Hi. Who else is in there?
Robert.
Hi, how you doing?
Chris.
Where are you from?
From New York.
New York?
The building's a hovel, but it is clearly representative of the runaway scene.
It's considered trespassing. The cops won't arrest you because they'd rather have us here than sleeping on the street.
The kids here come from everywhere, but they are going nowhere.
Where are you from?
I'm from Kansas City.
Kansas City?
Missouri.
How long have you been here?
About 2.5 years.
2.5 years?
Yeah.
How old are you kids?
I'm 14.
You're 14?
I'm 14.
But what kind of life is this?
What kind of life is this? It's good for now.
Ironically, it wasn't good for long. 3 weeks later, this hotel for the homeless became a pile of ashes. In New York, scores live out of sight among the adult homeless, in the steam tunnels and the emergency exits of the big terminals. This petrified teenager, filthy and standing alongside her own feces, trembled like a feral creature at our approach.
Don't you have any place to live? You have no place to stay? You got any clothes, anything?
Others live fugitive lives in the terminal's more public spaces.
You stay here in the Port Authority?
Yeah.
Where do you sleep in the bathroom?
Yeah.
You sleep right here in the women's room?
Yeah, for the last stall.
In the last stall of the ladies' room?
Yeah.
And how old are you?
12.
And how long have you been doing this?
Around 2 years now.
You've been doing it for 2 years?
Yeah.
You say you have a baby?
She's 10 months.
Your own baby?
Yeah.
You were pregnant when you were 11 years old, and now you have a baby, and you're 12?
Showtime now, you gotta see it to believe it, not Bourbon Street in the French Quarter of New Orleans. It's a flashy, gaudy, continuous show. Millions of tourists flock here. So do thousands of runaways. This 16-year-old has just arrived from Florida.
Aren't you afraid that your mother's gonna worry about you?
Not really. She wants me to go. She told me to leave.
Mike and his buddy Richie, both 16 and both from Louisiana, are like a portable crime wave.
What are you guys doing out there?
Selling things, taking stuff and selling it, and selling drugs and shit.
Stealing and all kind of stuff.
What do you steal?
Cars, car radios, anything you can get your hands on.
You break into houses too?
Yeah.
16-year-old Tammy from Tampa also works the streets.
So you're a prostitute?
If that's what you want to call it.
Well, how long have you been doing that?
3 years.
Since you were 13 years old?
Yes. I've been making it for 3 years. I figure I can make it a little bit longer.
Have you ever been hurt out here?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
I've had a guy pick me up one time, took me, hit the interstate, wouldn't let me out. I had to jump out of the car at 40 and messed up my back real bad.
And that's not enough to send you home?
No.
Home must be an awful place for you.
It sure is.
A month after this first interview, I found Tammy still working the French Quarter. But something had changed.
I don't like it. I gotta quit soon, though.
Tell me why.
I'm pregnant.
You should know that Tammy told me that she intends to keep the child and try and raise it herself, although God knows how she'll support the two of them. In Hollywood, the other side of the country, tonight, live shot, we have reassembled some of the kids we met in that Los Angeles crash pad, the Gap building that went up in flames. We join them now live. They're all in a fast food restaurant on Hollywood Boulevard. There's Australia. Is that Nikki sitting next to you, Australia? Okay, Australia, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, barely.
Things were bad for you people before. How have they been since the Gap burned?
They got a lot better. You know, business situation, all that stuff. Things are a lot better now.
Where are you staying now?
Right now, I'm staying in a car because the cops have been heavy busting squats and stuff.
You've been living in your car?
Well, not my car, a friend of mine's car, sort of.
But where's that at? I mean, where's it leading you? Is home such a terrible place that you'd rather stay in someone's car?
Yeah.
Let me talk to Nikki, the lady sitting next to you. Nikki, you told me you were 14 years old?
Yeah.
Where are you staying now?
Basically, I'm staying with a friend out in the valley.
Are you off the streets?
Yeah.
You're from Kansas City, aren't you?
Yeah.
Why don't you go home?
It's a hopeless situation. I'll just end up back out here again.
Let's say your mom's watching right now. Do you have a message for her?
Hi, Mom. I love you. I hope you understand.
But
it just has to be like this.
How can she understand? I mean, you're living on the streets, no? I mean, it's nowhere where you're at. You got to go to school. What about the rest of your life?
Whatever happens.
Is Poison there?
It's a lot better than home.
Well, that must be terrible home.
Yeah, right here.
Poison, why don't you go home, honey?
I've been home. I visited my mom about 3 weeks ago when they arrested me. Sent me back home.
What'd they arrest you for?
Well, we were walking by the Gap building and everybody else was getting arrested. So they stopped us, you know, said, what are you guys doing? And arrested us.
Didn't you think that you wanted to stay home when you were there?
No, my mom said I was sick at the time. She said, you can stay here as long as you're sick. So I did, then I left.
Are you what they call a throwaway kid?
A what?
A throwaway? Did your parents not want you there?
Yeah, basically, yeah. I mean, my mom's okay, but to visit, but that's about it.
I wish you all the best of luck. It's a, you know, I don't know, I can't be very optimistic, but best of luck. Why don't you call one of the runaway hotline numbers we're going to be giving?
There's a lot of good places for people that are on the streets.
Well,
they're only temporary, most of them, so.
Well, at least it's better than where you're at now. Anyway, good luck. If you're thinking about running away, remember that once you're out there on your own, you can see from the 3 kids in Hollywood, there'll be no more money from mom and dad, and decent jobs are hard to get for underage kids on the run especially. You might find yourself turning to something you never dreamed of. That's after this.
I had expected to meet someone or someone that was going to help me out, pick me up, and let me live with them and stuff, and it didn't turn out that way, so I started to work the streets so that I can make money.
In the runaway life, nothing, certainly nothing decent comes easy. Not food, not safety, not shelter. To survive, runaways need money. And when they talk about earning money the old-fashioned way, they don't mean selling stocks and bonds.
Prostitution may be the world's oldest profession, but it's still a rotten way for a kid to make a living. It's estimated that half of all hardcore runaways engage in some form of prostitution.
I had to trick for my meals. I had to trick for my hotel. I had to trick for anything I wanted to do. If I wanted a new pair of shoes, I wanted pants, I had to go make the money myself. I tried getting a job and it never worked. Nobody would hire me at 16 with a work permit.
Underage, unskilled, and hungry. The young girl's dreams fade quickly on the streets.
I had expected to meet someone or someone that was going to help me out, pick me up, and let me live with them and stuff, and it didn't turn out that way, so I started to work the streets so that I can make money.
In Fort Lauderdale, one of the magnet cities drawing kids on the run, the hookers are boys as well as girls.
You're hustling, you freelancing?
Freelance.
What does that mean?
Pick up a job now and then, do a few favors, make a little cash.
You freelance also?
Basically, yeah.
So you were 16 when you left home?
Yes.
And you've been hustling that hotel?
For about a year. I just wanted to get out on my own.
So what kind of life is the life you're leading now? What kind of future does it have?
Doesn't have a future, really. Just live day by day.
In Los Angeles, many afternoons, both sides of Santa Monica Boulevard are lined with male hustlers. Very often, they're teenage, straight kids working the older gay trade. Even more frightening than the age of the boys involved is their appalling ignorance on the subject of AIDS.
And you think that you're not going to get it? You think that that's safe? Nobody ever told you that was dangerous? Nobody ever told you that you're going to get infected that way?
No.
Sure as night follows day? Nobody ever told you that?
No one ever told me that.
Well, I'm telling you that. How do you feel about it?
I'm not worried.
You're not worried? Why? How can you not be worried?
Because I got to survive, you know, and when I get it, then that's when I have to deal with it. But
Yeah,
right
but when
now,
you get it, it's the end, man. That's the dead end. It's fatal. They can't cure it. They don't know anything about curing it.
Yeah, but I really don't have nothing to live for anyway, so when I get it, all I can say is thank God that I'm gonna die.
In Denver, during a recent sweep by the Vice Squad, the boys busted showed the same ignorance, or is it indifference, to the deadly AIDS epidemic.
You ever hear about AIDS?
Yes, sir.
Aren't you afraid?
Yes.
Why are you doing this?
I don't know.
Among the nation's boys and girls of the night, it's estimated that there are at least 200,000 adolescents. According to experts on the runaway crisis, the average age of the kids involved is just 15.
To get in someone's car and not know if you're going to live the next day, it just takes a lot out of a person to be here and know they got to survive another day. To be on the streets, it's more than anyone can imagine. It's more than listening to your father telling you don't go out, come in early, get good grades. I mean, that's easy life. That's what it's really all about.
In some cities, special units have been set up to find the girls and try to convince them to go home.
You want to go home?
I want to go home.
Oh, yeah. You sure? You want to stay out here in all the cold? We can get you home.
The police department runaway squads are involved because so many of the young prostitutes get hurt, and badly. In New York City, the unit is run by Lieutenant Arthur Doyle. He's a veteran cop who has seen it all.
These are youngsters who ran away from home and were murdered while they were on the streets. And that is usually a sobering lesson to some of the kids who come through here. The young girl who comes into New York City or ventures into certain parts of the city is really unprepared to make it on her own. And this is better than New Jersey?
I'm happy as far away from my parents as I can get.
Often these are problem kids, kids who have been abused, whether psychologically or physically at home. And there's a street person ready to step in and assume that role as parent, provider, etc. But the catch is the kids are asked to go back into the street and work as prostitutes or whatever to return the favor.
My name is James.
I don't know no James.
You know me, but you don't recognize me.
The experts claim it takes a teenage girl less than an hour to be a pro when she hits the streets. To prove that, we put a hidden microphone on Crystal, a 14-year-old runaway. The statistic is true.
I need a place to stay and start from there. When you get hungry, I feed you. You want to take a bath, I run the water for you.
What happened to Crystal during our test was, unfortunately, much like her own story.
When I was 12 years old, I came out here and 2 black pimps picked me up, and they raped me and they broke my virginity.
So you've been a hooker basically since you were 12 years old?
Yeah.
So you started when you were just a baby?
Yeah.
You sound so grown up already.
Well, that's been since I was like 6 years old. I have to be that way. Because you don't have no childhood, you know, when you get taken away from your mom and, you know, stuck in the group homes and foster homes.
How do you feel when you see a typical teenager on television? Do you ever think about what you missed in terms of your own childhood?
No, not really, because you have to, out here, you have to think of what's going to happen next.
In filming this report, we got to know Crystal. It was our intention tonight to help reunite her with her mom, Veronica, who joins us now live from Arlington, Texas. But as so often happens with runaways, the plan didn't work out. First, Crystal drifted out of sight, and we feared the worst. Then last week, just exactly on her 15th birthday, we heard she was picked up by juvenile authorities in New Orleans. Now that she's in custody, the state of Louisiana will not permit her to appear on television. However, the state will consider the advisability of letting Crystal return to live with the mother she hasn't seen for almost 7 years. Veronica, I know that back then you had some severe personal problems. I don't want to get into those now. I just want to ask you very simply, do you want Crystal to come and live with you now?
Yes, I do.
Do you think it'll work out, Veronica, this time?
I really think it will. She'll give me a chance to show her I love her and maybe a whole lot of guidance.
But, you know, as a parent myself, I'm sure that hundreds of thousands of parents watching just can't comprehend what it must be like to you to have your daughter, just now 15 years old, a prostitute for over 3 years already. What must that be like? Help us understand what you must be thinking.
I go through hell. I wonder what ditch she's in. Is her throat slashed? Is she all right? Has she eaten? Is she cold? It's not very nice.
Do you think that Crystal will behave when she's with you? Do you think you can control her, get her off the streets?
I have no idea. I've been in some of the places and the roads that she's been on, and I think I can help her. I sure would like to try.
I know for a fact that Crystal is watching tonight. Could you speak directly to your daughter? Could you give her a message?
All I want is just to tell her I love her, and I'd like to be her friend and her mom, and just help her do something with her life besides be a prostitute.
We're with you. She's a great kid. She's got incredible intelligence. She can make it. She really can. Thank you, Veronica, for joining us, and thank you for that message to your daughter. After this, we'll brighten this up a little bit. A runaway who's actually made a success of her life, and also some runaways who were successfully reunited with their parents. That's after this commercial.
mom, I want to say a couple things like that I love her. I can't make her proud of me for going to college anymore. But I'm doing the best I can with what's left.
Did you notice how this tough girl started crying the second she started talking about home? You'd think she'd just pick up the telephone and call her parents. Well, for a million different reasons, it's not that easy. What is easier, oftentimes, is calling one of the free national hotlines set up for runaways, for potential runaways, and their parents. And we'll be giving you those numbers as we go along in this program, so you might want to have a pencil and a piece of paper handy. So we've talked about the personal side of the runaway story, the emotion, the hardship, the struggle. Here's another side, too. The law, the government, the bureaucracy.
We've seen how they become beggars, thieves, and prostitutes. But not all kids on the run succumb to the dark side.
Chocolate shake?
Chocolate shake, please.
Mommy, or...
Small.
Billy Joe, the all-American 16-year-old working behind the counter at this fast food outlet, is also a runaway, an honest, law-abiding non-person.
I've proved I can live a normal life on my own, have a job and make it. Maybe not as well as other people can, but I'm still doing it.
Officially, she's a missing child, a runaway who split from the Missouri group home she'd been assigned after a failed adoption, a series of temporary foster homes, and several stops in between. Now she lives in fear in Colorado.
I feel like I have to lie to my friends. I don't know who my friends are. Anytime they could turn, you know, and turn me in. So, you know, it's a weird situation. It's scary.
What do you think about when you think about your status?
That I'm frustrated because I can't do anything that I want to do. Can't get a decent job. Can't go to school for an education, even if I want to. Can't get a license.
It doesn't seem fair, does it?
No. When they put someone in a group home or whatever, when they don't belong there, that's what changes. That person wants them to run away and be out on their own or go to the streets or whatever they do. I was lucky enough to come out here and know to get a job and know that I had to leave a good life, because if they picked me up, I wouldn't have something to fight with.
What do you think will happen if they do come? Or if they find out you're here?
I'll just be taken back to Missouri and have a court hearing, and they'll probably put me in a detention home until I'm 18.
Does that sound fair to you, being put in a detention facility?
No, and I don't see lawfully how they can do it, because I have not committed any crimes.
So are you frightened?
Yes, very much so. I'm scared. I think my life could just be uprooted, and all I want is to be left alone and to lead my own life.
America's highways are lined with kids running to or from something. Sometimes misfortune brings them to the surface. Sometimes they have a run-in with the law. These three kids are from a small town in Kansas. Driving along Interstate 65, their car broke down near Montgomery, Alabama.
Where are you going?
Pensacola, Florida.
Pensacola? What are you going to do in Florida?
Live where we were.
You going to do what?
Settle down, live there.
Trained to spot the runaways who frequently pass through the city en route to Florida, the local cops do a routine check on the federal computer. The kids turn out to be runaways.
How come you lied to us before and told us that you wasn't a runaway?
I didn't think it was.
They've been gone for about 2 weeks and their families are frantic. At first, the kids try to fake their way through it.
How long have you been gone from home?
I've been raising myself since I was 12 years old.
You've already been charged with assaulting a police officer in Kansas, possession of marijuana. Now you're a runaway. Don't you think it's time to clean your act up before you become an adult and you start getting charged and sent to jail for this stuff?
The next day, the kids tell us their side of why they'd run.
My mom said that I lost my job, and she told me that if I didn't get another job, that I had to get out of the house. You know, it was one of them argument deals. She really didn't know what she was talking about, and I really didn't know what I was talking about. We were all mad, and things just led their path, and I decided to take off.
Why did you run away?
It's just endless things that just pile up slowly.
What did you hope to accomplish by running away?
To find love and maybe happiness.
You couldn't find love at home?
No, it's never been there.
Why did you run?
Never left home before and just felt like trying something different.
wanted freedom. And I got some freedom for a while. Found out it wasn't the easiest thing in the world.
How do you feel about going home? Your mom's here now to take you home?
I don't know. It depends. I don't want to, but I probably will.
The girl looking for love, the bad boy, the kid out on a lark, their stories are sad and typical, as was the anticipation of seeing their parents. The folks had driven overnight all the way from Kansas to Alabama to retrieve their children.
I love you, baby.
What happens now is something I wish for every kid on the street, and for every distraught parent who misses them.
Come home. Sure. I love you. I don't agree with what you kids did. I love you, okay? You got a problem, let's work on it. I mean that.
What's your reaction?
What is my reaction? I was so elated when I found out that they just got stopped for a flat tire and got picked up for that, because it could have been so much worse. And then that would have been harder to deal with.
It's not been all bad at home. I agree, it's not all good. Parents gotta learn too. We know that. All of us. I mean, all parents has gotta learn. We gotta grow up. It's new having kids, and we have to learn just the way you do. But we're not that bad. You gotta give us a chance too. And this is not how you do it.
You're looking at Stacy Parker. She is a 16-year-old from Middletown, Connecticut, who repeatedly has run away from home in the last few years. She says she has run away about 19 times. Well, yesterday, Stacy left Florida and came home, or at least to our studios here in New York, to be reunited here tonight with her mother. She traveled by Trailways bus. Trailways provides free transportation for runaways who want to come home. This is the first time that Stacy is seeing her mom and her brother Sean since she's run away. Go ahead, have at it. Yes, Stacy, you obviously love your family. Why do you run? Why? Tell us.
I'm not running. I'm just going out and trying something new. I just wanted to try something new. Try and be on my own.
Well, you're 16, honey. I mean, you got to go to school. The streets are a hard place out there.
I was still going to school.
What were you doing down there in Florida anyway?
I got a job at a mental institution as a receptionist.
Would you lie about your age?
No, they never asked me. I just wrote it up there.
Are you mad at her now, Rose?
No, no. I always prayed and I've always hoped. I know she's trying to find herself. And I've always kept home for her. I came from a broken home myself, and I think it helped me to be a better parent. And I try to understand her. And we've always had a line of communication. She's always gotten in touch with me. She's always let me know how she is.
Are you going to stay home now? You think you're going to give it a try? I mean, your mother loves you so much.
Yes, I do. She's trying to find herself.
Can't you find yourself at home where it's safe, where it's warm, where you got your friends, where you got your brother? Aren't you glad to see her?
Yep.
All right, all right. That's it. That's the spirit. Come on, I want to hear some good news. All the sad stories, they're getting me down. I want to hear some good news. Okay, what?
With children today, with teenagers today, I've never given up hope on her. Never. And I won't. I'm always there for her, and she knows this. With teenagers today, I don't think people listen to them. Teenagers just aren't all bad. They have a lot of good in them.
Right.
You have to listen to your children. Spend time with them. And I've always done this.
If we accomplish anything tonight, I hope that's it.
Yes.
You know, really. Thank you both for coming. All three of you. Obviously, scenes of reunions like these are much more pleasant than all those awful stories of people breaking up. We want this program to be about healing. We want it to be about bringing people back together. So if you're a runaway, a parent of a runaway, potential runaway, stay tuned. Catch those hotline numbers and give us a call. We'll be right back after this commercial.
Dad, I miss you, I love you, and I really would like to be home with you.
Here's the first of the national hotline numbers we'll be giving you. 1-800-621-4000. Your call is free. Pick up the phone.
As we talk throughout this broadcast about the fears that haunt our kids, let's also remember a fear that haunts adults: teenage violence.
Juvenile violence is most visible when it becomes a mob phenomenon, as it did last year in Southern California and in Colorado. But more quietly, it's causing a revolution in criminal justice. Welcome to Juvenile Hall.
In 1985, that's the last year for which complete statistics are available, the police arrested 1.8 million youngsters under the age of 18. Their alleged crimes included 1,300 homicides, almost 5,000 rapes, and there were almost 600,000 instances of burglary, theft, and arson. And unfortunately, the authorities tell us the whole situation is getting worse all the time.
We have today, I think, 850 kids in an institution that has a capacity for 607.
How have the children changed in the 30 years you've been in this business?
The basic changes that I've seen is that the kids nowadays are more violent than the kids of the past.
This 17-year-old is guaranteed to make you get up and check that you've locked your door. He says he's a devotee of Satan.
You say you were there when a baby got cut up?
Mm-hmm.
So what was it for?
Worship the devil, you know. Give our souls and spirits to Satan, you know.
No one would argue that this nutcase deserves an extended stay in maximum security. The tragedy of the juvenile justice system is the fact so many real kids, 10, 11, 12-year-olds, are housed behind the same walls. I wish I could show you Jimmy's face. This 12-year-old should be starring in a Lassie movie.
When you robbed that lady's house, was that the first crime you ever committed?
No.
What was?
Breaking into cars, steal car stereos.
How old were you when you were doing that?
9.
9 years old? Why'd you do it?
I had nothing to do.
Whether these children are here for minor offenses or for more serious crimes, there's not much hope of their learning anything in juvenile hall that'll help make them good citizens. Already abandoned by most of society, the fact remains they have most of their lives in front of them. But how much hope can there be for the older boys, already caught up in the mindless world of gang violence?
Have you ever shot anybody?
A few times.
A few times. Who'd you shoot?
It's hard to say. I don't even know who I shot. Well, it was a rival gang, and one time they shot at me, and they hit me in the leg, but they didn't think they hit me, and I came back the same night and shot them. It was just like boom, 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 and then 3 people fell.
After you shot those guys, though, you did feel proud of it, didn't you?
Felt kind of good. I felt like a man, can I say.
How old were you when you allegedly attempted to murder somebody?
15.
Who did you attempt to murder?
Some dude.
This is neither prison nor juvenile hall. This is Cooper High School in Los Angeles. It's an alternative program designed to try to straighten troubled kids out before they end up permanently behind bars. Because prison is the certain next step, the school is called Last Chance High.
I've got what I call the best kids here. I've got the best truants, the best failures, the best gang members, the best of everything in the way of, in a negative sense. And when we get them here, they learn they have to get along together. I call this our neutral territory, and they don't do gang stuff here.
The remarkable thing about this school is the fact rival gang members sworn to fight each other here sit side by side in peace.
And you managed to keep the gang thing down?
Yeah, so far. They don't say that to me, I don't say that to them.
School's a place to learn.
One of the most impressive aspects of the program here is a project that brings together kids from both sides of the tracks. Teenage volunteers from Chadwick, that's a private prep school, come to Cooper to tutor kids who never had an even break.
Is it helping you, this kind of tutoring? Is it better for you than your regular classes?
I learn a lot from this program.
What are you learning from the program?
You get a chance to like see kind of like the other side, you know, because we're kind of up on the hill and we don't see many people that, you know, don't have it as good as we do.
Do you ever get jealous, Anthony? You know, the kids from prep school have so much, you know, compared to you.
Working with the tutors, we learn that they're people just like we are. They got a little bit more than us, but learn to deal with it.
Kristen, aren't you worried being here? You know, frightened? These guys are such bad dudes.
Yeah, I was right before the first time. I was really scared, and I didn't know if they were, you know, what they'd be like, and you know, if they'd really want to learn, or if they'd just goof off. But I really find they like to learn, and they're really intelligent people.
The investigative news group believes programs like this one serve as bridge builders and should be encouraged.
When we come back, a program aimed at discouraging crime by scaring the wits out of kids who seem headed for trouble.
This is the hole. They over here violate the rules of Rahway State Prison. They have nothing in there. They come out once every other day for 5 minutes to get a shower.
Sorry for what I did. If I could come back, I would. There's too many problems, so I can't come back.
Here's another toll-free hotline number, 1-800-231-6946. If you need help or just someone to talk to, don't hesitate to call.
State of Texas versus Jeremy J. Guillory. Mr. Guillory, you have been advised of your Fifth Amendment rights. You understand you have a right to object to these jurors, and you have no appeal from this case. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
You also understand that your jury has been sworn, and this time I will swear you, please. If you'll raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Is the state of Texas ready?
This is live. You're watching Teen Court in Arlington, Texas. It's Judge Bonnie Cade presiding. The defendant is Jeremy Guillory. He is 16 years old, and he's charged with possession of alcohol and impeding traffic.
Around 10, I got 10 o'clock, 10 or 10:30.
What street were you on?
Now, except for the judge, everyone here is a teenager. The prosecutor, the defense attorney, the jurors, and, of course, the defendant. Defendants 14 to 16 years old who have already pled guilty to misdemeanor charges can elect to have their cases heard by this court of their peers. They'll be sentenced to something like between 8 and 64 hours of community service, anything from working in a nursing home to mowing lawns for the Parks Department.
Live in Duncanville. Were you drinking
This teen court in Texas and the others around the country give young people a fairly gentle first experience with the justice system. The hope is that it'll turn them around. In New Jersey and some other states, kids more heavily involved in trouble get a much rougher lesson than the teen court in the consequences of crime. It's a warning most of them never forget. You're a parent whose kid can't stay out of trouble. Beginning with vandalism and other petty offenses, your teenager seems caught on a skid, sliding inevitably into more serious crimes. What do? One of the solutions being tried here in the state of New Jersey is to send these teenagers into maximum security prison, just for the day.
Like some medieval fortress, New Jersey's Rahway prison is all thick walls and maximum security. These kids are punks with an attitude, and that's about the kindest thing you can say about them. With juvenile offenses ranging from shoplifting all the way to aggravated assault, the 15, 16, and 17-year-olds are already headed for the criminal big time.
You don't like to take from nobody? That's what they wrote about you.
8:30.
We'll change your attitude today.
They're going to jail, but as in Monopoly, today they are just visiting.
Let's go. Step on it. Let's go.
The idea is to scare the juvenile offenders out of their budding criminal careers. The main architects of that hoped-for transformation are a group of guys guaranteed to frighten any sane person. They're the prison's lifers. Hard men, hardened criminals, all serving heavy time, and all eager to tell these criminal neophytes about life in the big house.
When we walking through this prison, keep this line tight. If the riot bell goes off, I'm not gonna risk my life trying to save one of you motherfuckers. These guys over here, this is the hole. They over here for violating the rules in Rahway State Prison. They have nothing in there. They come out once every other day for 5 minutes to get a shower. Other than that, they in these cells 24 hours a day. Hey, you two go down, man. You, hey, you.
It's politely called the Juvenile Awareness Program, but what the kids are about to experience is more popularly known as Scared Straight. The title is borrowed from the award-winning documentary soon to be updated.
Don't you even move, all right? You hear me, man?
Over 25,000 teenagers like these have suffered through the Lifers program at Rahway State. Although it has its critics, the experts we spoke to say, and the main follow-up survey seems to indicate, the program does have a positive effect on its alumni. On a stage in a darkened and empty theater, the verbal battering begins.
My name is 6298. I'm doing double life. Double! What is double life, then? Double life means when they give you one life, your knees buckle. When they give you the second life, the light closes in the tunnel and you're dead. Double life means I'm going to go out of here flat on my back with a toe tag. You see behind me? This is you. This is you 10, 15 years down the road. This is you. You trying to do it my way. Tell the teacher, kiss my ass. Mom says, put the garbage out, kiss my ass. Well, guess what? Now I'm kissing ass. You want to leave the bright side and come into the dark side? Well, come on with it, because there's 1,400 like me to welcome you with open arms. Now, let me ask you a question. And all I want you to do is raise your hand. How many of you guys know somebody now? Listen to what I'm telling you. Know somebody that smokes reefer? Let me see you show a hand. Don't game on me. Put them down. How many know somebody drinks alcohol? Put them down. Pops pills. Put them down. Smokes crack. Put them down. Snorts coke. Put them down. Shoots narcotics. Any kind of narcotics, whether it's coke, heroin, or whatever, speed, prank. Put them down. How many know somebody committed suicide? Put them down. How many know somebody overdosed from drugs? Put them down. How many know somebody in jail? Put them down. Yeah, that's the real deal. See, society said, we don't know what's wrong with these kids. We know what's wrong. Because that's all the shit that you do. But I ain't asked you if you smoke no weed or drink alcohol. I know you do. But I know you'd also lie to me and say, no, not me, man. I used to, but I quit, and all that bull. That's why you come into these joints. That passing around with them drugs and shit, they bring you to jail. There's no future in that shit. Last time I got drunk, I killed 2 people. That's what alcohol did for me. Sit down. I've been jailing since I was 15 years old, man. I'm 33 years old. I don't have no kids. I don't have nothing but a cell. So now, if you want this, if you want this type of lifestyle for yourselves, then, man, keep doing what you're doing, man, because they got a cell for you. And, my man, let me tell you something. You better never come in here. Come up closer, you two. You white guys, man, y'all really have a bad problem in here, man. Because the guy that get busted on the street, it was a white cop that busted him. It was a white lawyer that sold him out. It was a white judge that sentenced him to a joint like this. And 9 times out of 10, it's white folks that run these motherfuckers. So when a problem break out in here, man, you going. And for you black guys that think I'm your brother, I'm your friend, boy, we turn on each other, man, just like that.
Already widely imitated in the United States and in 2 foreign countries, the investigative news group believes the program deserves even greater use. Every punk redeemed is one less future criminal.
These men have been involved with drugs. They can tell you about that. They've been involved with crime. We can tell you about that. We can tell you about suffering and sadness, but we can't tell you about success. All we saying in totality is, don't be like us. Don't be like us.
Over the last 10 years especially, there's been a lot of controversy over whether or not the program works. Well, here's someone who thinks the program does work. His name is Luis Hernandez, and he went through it 8 years ago when he was 17. Welcome on the program, Luis. Did it bring back any memories?
Boy, I was very, very frightened.
When you went through it?
Yes.
Before we get into that, what were you like? I'd call those guys going through this time punks with an attitude. Were you a punk with an attitude?
I was a bad punk. I did everything.
Like what?
I robbed. I hurt people. I took out my frustrations on my family at times.
What about drugs?
Drugs, I OD'd several times as a young kid, 11, 12 years old.
Were you 11, 12 years old? Were you frightened by the program at Raleigh?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me, describe it to me.
It set my life straight, you know, once I got to look at the inside, because I was a bad juvenile.
But describe what you were going through in there.
I was petrified. I was petrified. I said, Jesus, is this where I'm going to land? This is my next stop? I was hitting that age where I was no longer a juvenile, and I was beginning to be an adult. So I said, I better get my life straight.
So you were headed for the criminal big time then?
I said, I got a choice. I either choose the rocky road or head to that straight line and get my life together, and that's what I did.
So what are you doing now? Tell me.
Well, through the Yonkers PAL, I've achieved a lot of goals, and I was a 3-time Golden Glove champion. I put all my frustrations into boxing.
Okay.
And
what about college?
I'm a college student now. I'm a sophomore. I got my equivalency, and I'm striving towards a better future.
What do you want for the future? Tell me.
I would like to be a police officer.
All right, way to go. All right. Good kid, huh? Now, thank you, and good luck to you. One thing we've learned in preparing this program is that, just to change the topic here, for every kid that's exploited out there on the street, there's usually someone doing the exploiting, and that person, 9 times out of 10, is an adult. When we come back, we're going to confront some of those adults who can exploit the kids, and we're going to catch them in action.
Today's my 16th birthday. There's no problem with you there, huh? No. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so what would you be interested in?
Well, I don't know what you offer.
What do you want?
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything, huh?
To my mom, you know, I'm doing fine, and I hope again that I see you again, Mom, and I really do love you, and, you know, I just hope that, you know, you'll take me in again.
Here's another free runaway hotline number, 1-800-448-4663. Counselors are standing by to talk with you. If the number is busy, keep trying.
For every adult who's desperate to keep a son or daughter out of trouble, there are other adults willing to take part in exploiting them.
Child exploitation is a monster with many faces. Most are hidden, but some are right out in the streets. With the cooperation of the Denver Vice Squad, we wired a teenage prostitute. The adults flocked to her in bunches.
Hi. What are you doing?
Oh, I don't know. Just fooling around. What are you doing?
Really? Great. I'm just partying. Today's my 16th birthday.
Hey, that's not too shabby.
There's no problem with you there, huh?
No.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, so what would you be interested in?
Well, I don't know. What do you offer?
What do you want?
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything, huh? What you spending?
25.
25?
In our van, a hidden camera was less than 30 feet from the Johns. What you're listening to is one example of how adults exploit children. Listen carefully. She makes a point of telling everyone she is underage.
Stop party. It's my 16th birthday tonight. Yeah. It's not a problem, is it? No. Huh?
Want to get high?
I don't get high. Yeah, I got my birthday. I turned 16 today. Uh-huh. Yep. I'm just, you know, turning 16 and getting some money to go party with. A lot of guys with problems with just 16, but, you know, yeah, 16 only comes around once.
16, huh?
Yeah, no problem, huh? Oh, huh? Okay, that's cool.
The Johns were about to get a lot less than they bargained for. A surprise visit from the Vice Squad.
Okay, hi, Jerry. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure. You can stand there and take your clothes off.
I guess I can get sort of comfortable.
Maintenance.
Maintenance.
Police officer, Chris. Yep. Just got out here.
Sure will.
Don't have any knives on you, do you?
No,
Grenades,
I have to
anything like that?
Clean. Go ahead.
Jerry, don't you feel a little embarrassed going with a 16-year-old?
Just stay where you are. I'm feeling really stupid.
I mean, she told you she was 16 a couple of times, didn't she?
Once.
A couple of times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have some ID with you. Vice girl. Smile.
Take your hands out of your pockets for me, listen.
Didn't the girl tell you she was only 16? Didn't she tell you she was only 16?
No.
We heard her tell you that.
Perhaps the most pathetic example of child exploitation is summarized by a father who should have known better.
Let's put your hands behind your head, sir.
Sure. Didn't she tell you she was just 16 years old? Didn't she?
She did.
Got some ID on you, sir?
I do,
Well, how do you feel about that now, reflecting on it?
I feel sad about it.
Keep pulling out for me.
You feel embarrassed about it? You have kids of your own?
Yeah.
You got any daughters?
Yeah.
How old are your daughters?
15.
A year younger than her?
Is that your money, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
The Denver DA wasn't surprised the girl's age had deterred no one.
That doesn't surprise me because she's not really a human being. She's not a person. The act is one of degradation to begin with. And for him not to care about the fact that she's a 16-year-old would not be unusual. For an individual to be soliciting young people in that fashion really is an assessment of that person's own values.
The investigative news group believes the time has come for outspoken intolerance on the issue of child exploitation.
That girl's 14 years old.
Don't start that.
So why are you hustling her?
I'm not.
You've stopped her 3 times already tonight. She's a baby. Let her alone.
Yeah. All right, that's fine.
Geraldo, my man. You're looking again at the faces of kids who've come in from the streets for a few nights in a juvenile shelter. This is Covenant House in Fort Lauderdale. More on the system that provides a brief haven for kids on the run after this.
We live in a great war zone, and the children of America are the casualties. Every time I get some kids fixed up and take them out the one door, you're bringing them in the other door.
Father Ned Murphy of Covenant House has worked for years with troubled kids and with the network of juvenile shelters around the country. First of all, welcome, Father.
Thank you.
We were amazed. We were shocked at the extent of this problem. I had no idea it was this big before we got into it.
Yeah, I go around a lot speaking about these kids and the needs, and that's the first thing that shocks people, you know? After a while, you get kind of shocked that people are still getting shocked, you know?
Is it too late to fix it?
Well, it's too late. Tonight, as we're speaking tonight, there are a lot of kids out on that street right now who will die. We won't get to them. Is it too late for those kids who are just out on the street or who are thinking of coming out on the street? We can't admit that. We can't allow ourselves to admit that it's too late.
What's it going to take then?
It's going to take a massive changing, a massive conversion of priorities. You know, we call ourselves a youth-oriented people, but you and I know what that means. It means we want to be young. You know, we are not oriented to the betterment of our youth. I mean, those kids out there, you know, I mean, I see them day in, I live with them. My home I have a home with 8 kids, you know, and they're in and out all day long. And yet I break down when I see it, you know, when I see these kids out there.
Can we shift the national priority? Is it possible, do you think?
Well, I'll say one thing, that I never thought this night would come.
How so?
I never thought I would see a night when a person, you know, with your reputation and you know, fame would put a couple of hours aside for street kids. I never thought I would see that in my life.
Well, we hope it does some good. What about this family thing, though? You know, when the family's breaking down, what hope is there for their children?
Yeah, I think that is crucial. That's crucial. What has to happen, I think, is that we who are concerned with it, who are willing to give time to it and lives to it, you know, we are now at the point of, you even called it that, the sheltering system. Well, no, people don't shelter children. You shelter animals. Your home children. We have to get into the process of homing these homeless children. You know, making the resources available to have normal, functional homes. You know?
I hope it works. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
William Murphy. The shelter system, hopefully soon to be the homing system, is proof that Americans are trying to help the runaways. So far, the effort certainly is not equal to the problem, but it's good to recognize, I think, what we're doing right as well as what's gone wrong. The vast majority of these kids are either running away from or they've been tossed out of broken homes. And as the rates on failed marriages and busted families continue to climb, it seems inevitable that there'll be more and more kids on the street and on the run. In an effort to care for this wandering tribe of youngsters, the nation has set up a system of almost 500 runaway shelters. It stretches from coast to coast.
Are they runaways, throwaways?
We get a fair share of throwaways. We do have a lot of runaways that we find out they're from abusive families or families that have excessive number of kids, and they just feel like they're helping their families out by leaving, that their families won't miss them. And we get a lot of kids that are basically families say, we don't want them. They're bad, they're ungovernable, I don't want them. They're yours. It's real painful to tell a kid, parents don't want you.
There is no bad boy.
This 1938 film starring Mickey Rooney and Spencer Tracy immortalized Boys Town. It made the Nebraska facility the world's most famous orphanage, now serving thousands of boys and girls. Most of today's kids are not technically orphans. In fact, their parents are often part of the problem.
You want to know what's going on with American families? You come here, because their kids come to us when they are broken and bleeding and near unto death. We live in a great war zone, and the children of America are the casualties. What's Boys Town? We're nothing more, tragically, than a great field hospital. Every time I get some kids fixed up and take them out the one door, you're bringing them in the other door. And it just never seems to stop.
Like safety beacons shining through a storm, these brightly colored signs herald what we think is one of the most promising developments in the kids' crisis. Hanging throughout Montgomery, Alabama, and in 31 cities in 17 other states, the signs signal that the fast food restaurant, the bank, hotel, or other establishment is a place where a teen in trouble can find temporary sanctuary. The very first sign to be hung here in the state of Alabama was right here, on the fence outside the governor's mansion. Guy Hunt is Alabama's new governor.
It's a scary thing to have a need to leave home and not really have anywhere to go, and this really gives them, a child an opportunity to have an alternative to just being on the street.
Here's how it works. If a teenager is running from, say, a pimp or an abusive parent, or is just running, they can go to one of dozens of safe places. In this actual case, a 14-year-old girl has just been thrown out after a bitter argument with her mom. Barefoot and frightened, she's been directed to the nearest safe place, a fast food restaurant. Like every establishment displaying the sign, this one has volunteers, trained first to calm the kid. The volunteer calls the professional counselors at Safe Place headquarters.
She's 14. All right, we'll be out there in about 15 minutes.
They rush to the rescue. Once with the kid in crisis, they find out what's going on, offer the teenager shelter, and try to deal with the problem that caused the kid to run.
Your dad's just on you all the time. Do you ever feel like giving up? Have you ever tried to commit suicide, Diane? Thought about it? You have? Yes.
It keeps the children off the streets, protects them, and provides them a safety valve in times of trouble. Like I said, it's a great idea. Of all the facilities out there serving the needs of kids in trouble, in terms of sheer size, this is probably the grandest of them all. It's a vast place located in Lower Manhattan called The Door. Here under one roof, a team of volunteer lawyers, doctors, counselors, teachers, and social workers deal with the many and varied needs of kids in trouble. Further north in Boston's combat zone and in nearby Harvard Square, an outreach program called Bridge Over Troubled Waters goes to the street kids with free medical care. This girl is 6 months pregnant. For her, the bridge is a potential lifesaver.
I think some of them don't have the choice about going home, and we call them orphans of the living. These are kids that maybe they've been through 10, 11 foster homes. Maybe they call mom on Christmas and get hung up on. They're not wanted at home.
Tonight across the country, 250,000 parents and their children are learning how to get along.
In your opinion, what's happening? Are you not getting any help? Is the problem the breakdown of the family? Is the problem sex, drugs, and rock and roll? What is it, you know?
One of the biggest problems is there aren't parents like this out there that want to get involved. Why is it when they have a PTA meeting today of a school that has 3,000 students involved in their enrollment that 6 or 8 parents show up?
At this group called Because I Love You, a newfound militancy mingles with some old-fashioned emotions.
My child is making decisions for herself, and I'm not going to accept the responsibility for the consequences of her behavior.
Parents aren't the only ones letting it all hang out.
I've done drugs because I wanted to, and I've done it ever since I was little because my parents used to use them, and I tried them then. They say I have no rights, and I think I do.
I'm at the point today where I can tell my parents I love them 4 and 5 times a day and mean it from the bottom of my heart.
That's great, Jolene. Let's give her a hand.
So, from the point of view of the kids and their parents, the program apparently works.
My son was into drugs, alcohol, and a runaway. Today, my son has 10 months and 1 week, clean and sober.
Yay.
During our reporting in Los Angeles, we met a then 16, now 17-year-old runaway named Dana Bailey. Tonight, she is in that L.A. runaway hangout on Hollywood Boulevard, and we're going to try and help reunite Dana with her mother, Cookie Simons, who we met while we were filming the Because I Love You program. There's Dana in your monitor. I think that your mom is there, Dana. Hi. Is Cookie there? I'd like to see Cookie come in. I want you to widen the camera out. Let's see if Cookie's there. Okay, she hasn't seen her mom in a year. Okay, here comes Cookie. I don't know why these kids don't stay in touch with their folks. I hold you. You know, Dana, Cookie, thank you for letting us share this moment. Dana, have you seen, or rather, in the Because I Love You program, we heard your mom say that you had become tough on the streets. Is that, are you so tough that you didn't want to go home? Is it pride? What kept you from going home?
I don't know, I just didn't want to.
But why, honey? Do you have any feeling for it? Any idea now, thinking about it? Why?
Not really.
Do you think you'll go home with your mom? Do you think you'll give her a chance now?
No.
Oh, it's terrible. Cookie, what? You know, that's the reality, you know. She consented to see you tonight, but she doesn't want to go home. I mean, what's your reaction?
Well, it makes me feel very sad.
I bet it does.
Because I'd like her to. But she needs to have that desire to want to.
Why don't you want to, Dana? Any idea why you don't want to?
Excuse me?
Why don't you want to go home? Why don't you give your ma a chance?
I'm just very independent and I want to be on my own.
Are you willing to live with that, Cookie?
I'm willing to live with it if it's done in a safe manner.
All right.
And the street is not a safe manner to do it.
Your mom's right about that, honey. Your mom's right about that. You know, well, you two talk it over. I don't know. It's tough, but this is, you know, we never promised happy endings here. This is tough. You two talk about it. All right. There's another reunion that hasn't taken place. This is Covenant House in Florida. Meet Denise Hogg, whose 14-year-old daughter, Rita, has been a runaway since last July. Denise, you want to say something to Rita if she's watching tonight?
Yes, I would like Rita to know that the hardest part is not hearing from her, not hearing anything. I don't know day from day how she is. I would like her to call a hotline just to let me know that she's still alive.
Okay. Rita, please, if you're watching this program, give your mother a call. Give her a break. If you don't want to call her, call one of the hotlines. We understand if it's too tough for you to talk directly to your mom, call one of the hotlines. And that goes for all the Ritas out there. Okay. Coming up next, we have a story of girls barely past childhood, without husbands or money or much sense of themselves or the world, taking on the biggest responsibility of all.
I'm just not responsible enough to raise a child. And
I'm just not ready for it because I'm still a child myself, and a child can't raise a child.
I wish that my dad would give me a second chance, and I hope he does. I hope he sees this, and he does.
Covenant House has its own toll-free hotline for runaways. 1-800-922-6465. They're waiting for your call. Let them help you.
We've been talking tonight about problems of a generation still in its teens. What about the next generation? The children our children are having. These infants here at the Edna Gladney Center in Fort Worth, Texas, all have something in common. They are babies born of babies. Their moms are unwed teenagers. In all, 1 million American teenage girls will get pregnant this year. 80% of those pregnancies are unplanned, unintended. Why this epidemic of teenage pregnancies? Why this epidemic of lost innocence? We're here to find out.
When do you think the average American kid starts having sex? The answer is before they're 17. How many never talk to their parents about sex? The answer is over 50%. How many don't use contraceptives? The answer is over 60%.
I always thought that contraception things were kind of gross, but and then all my friends told me birth control would I never knew anything about birth control. My friends always told me it would like mess your hormones. They said it would really mess you up and your hair could fall out.
Did you know about birth control?
Yes. But it was like, I was kind of embarrassed to go to the place and get the birth control. Or like, he would say the word, it's okay, I would be careful.
If you're going out with somebody, take protection. Because I didn't plan to do it with his father. It just happened.
The pregnant teenager faces a decision that would weigh heavily on the wisest of adults. To get an abortion, to have the baby and raise it, or to have the baby and give it up. The Gladney Center provides housing, counseling, delivery, and placement services for girls who decide to have their babies adopted.
Abortion never crossed my mind. I thought at first about keeping the baby, but I'm just not responsible enough to raise a child, and I'm just not ready for it because I'm still a child myself, and a child can't raise a child.
More questions. How many teenage Americans get pregnant every day? 3,000. 4 out of 5 of them are unmarried and pretty much alone.
He was visiting over the summer, so it was a summer thing, you know. And he just said, you know, he was real cold about it, and he just told me, wasn't his problem because he was going to leave anyway.
Well, I wanted a baby because I felt unloved. My mother she was never there spending time with me. She was always running with her friends.
And how old were you when you got pregnant?
I was 15.
So young.
Yes.
You wanted a baby that bad?
Yes, I did.
Many find love ain't enough. Life is tough. This is The Door. It's an adolescent health center in New York City, a place for counseling and support.
Hi, you guys. How you doing?
Because they are at least half the problem, The Door also provides counseling on birth control to teenage guys.
Just because you can make a baby doesn't make you a father any more than it can make you a man.
In order to get by, I've got to clean houses and do part-time, do that in the morning, and then during the evenings I have to work at 3 times a week at Haagen-Dazs ice cream store, and it's horrible because I don't get enough time to spend with him.
Very often, whether it's because of shame or blame, the girls become cut off from their own families. Jennifer's mother is more supportive than most. Perhaps that's because she was also a teenage mom.
Jennifer had a decision to make, either to terminate the pregnancy or proceed with the pregnancy and delivery of a child and then keep the child or decide to put the child up for adoption. So I really saw that those were the issues. The decision about becoming pregnant or the circumstances that led to the pregnancy were history.
What's also history is any semblance of teenage years devoted to traditional fun and frivolity. At more than 300 high schools, a project called the Life Program provides a nursery for babies while mothers attend classes in the same building. And girls with schoolwork and babies find very little time for partying.
Maybe once in a while, I'll leave with my mother. And I go out, but not a lot, not like I used to.
Do you feel that you're a woman already at your young age?
No.
Still a girl?
Yeah.
Whether you personally believe that the emphasis should be teaching teenagers not to have sex, or in teaching them about birth control if they do, it seems inevitable that tens of thousands of teenagers like these young ladies are going to continue to get pregnant. At least programs like the LIFE program at this Brooklyn, New York high school provide hope that these young mothers will be better able to deal with the world and hopefully to take care of their babies. The ultimate in adolescent self-destruction is suicide. It's a reality that confronts us with increasing frequency. Just over the weekend, 2 teenage boys from Virginia died in a double suicide. And this morning, a New York newspaper reported a suicide pact by 5 kids who are 4th graders. It's a story we've been getting used to, and much of our awareness dates back to what happened at the school that's been called Suicide High. You'll see that next. I don't understand it. The papers are filled with it every day. I mean, why would children, I mean, these are 4th graders, here's 2 teenage boys, why would children with their whole life in front of them opt to take their own lives? I mean, it just, to me, it baffles me. It baffles me and it frightens me. To try and find out some of the answers, we examined one case in detail.
I overdosed on pills on Saturday afternoon. I tried to blow my head off, and that didn't work. I want to die. I don't want to live.
Adolescence is traditionally an awkward period of growth and discovery. The embarrassing springtime of life when every kid feels he or she is the first ever to suffer the pimples and the pressures of puberty. Will I make the team? Do people like me? Do I fit in? Typical questions, typical kids, average place. Welcome to Omaha, Nebraska. Welcome to Bryan High. Whether it's the kids' grades, their race, their religion, their social class, or the money their families have, this is an average place. The kids are typical, this is solidly middle American, and the students are subjected to no really unique pressures. Yet for no logical, no understandable reason, just about a year ago, within a single week, 3 of Bryan High's students killed themselves, and nobody could understand why.
We were affected. I don't think any of us, staff or students, will ever be the same again. From what we have learned, suicides do tend to come in clusters. And there was a feeling of fear, I think, that this might be something beyond our control that we can't handle. Our first concern was the students and how can we best get them through it.
In the immediate aftermath, the top priority was preventing an epidemic of copycats. The school community was stricken and confused, but it closed ranks. Emotional rallies were held, and classes emphasized life.
If someone asks the question, who will be next? My answer will be, no one has to be next.
One of the programs instituted was suicide prevention counseling. Kids who felt troubled were able to see they weren't the only ones occasionally to feel like losing life.
You know, I never really had nobody to talk to because I didn't feel that anybody would listen to me.
I didn't understand why this was happening to our school, why this was happening to me, why we had to be in the middle of it.
The investigative news group believes counseling programs like this one deserve a place in high school life across this country.
I mean, you turn the corner, and if you were really upset, there was somebody there willing and ready to talk to you about it.
It was shocking to see how many of these teenagers actively thought about killing themselves.
How many of you have actually attempted suicide? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many have contemplated it, I wonder? I mean, that's a wildly high number.
I didn't realize it, but I had just lost control of myself, and I started walking from my mom's gun. And I had it in my head, in my hand, I had it to my head. And something snapped inside. I stood there and I cried and I started screaming and I called my mom. I said, Mom, I need help. Mom, I need help. I need you to help me.
Kids aren't the only ones who need support. Groups like this one in Los Angeles have been formed to help the parents of suicides to cope with their loss.
Of all the things I've had happen to me in my life until I was 55, I think if all the bad things that had been added up, they wouldn't have amounted to this one thing, in the sense of how much it hurt me and how deeply I felt about it.
Michelle Money was one of the Nebraska kids who died last year. Now her parents tell us her brother Richie seems especially vulnerable.
It's just hard to describe. It really is. The pain, all of it together, all in one time. It's like a time bomb. And when it goes off, who knows what's going to happen?
You say you're thinking about these. You mean you thought about taking your own life? You've contemplated suicide yourself?
You know, I've thought about it many times when I'm down. Girlfriend problems, school problems, parental problems, you know, and then it all ties in. You don't know what to do. You're not thinking. All you're thinking about is end it. Your troubles will be gone.
And so promise me you're not going to think about this.
No. That's why I'm going to go get help.
Events like last year's in Omaha, and more recently this year near Chicago, and in Bergenfield, New Jersey, reflect a growing national problem requiring immediate attention. Not from distant government, but from the families of kids suddenly despondent. Pay attention. Often it's the friends of the potential suicide who notice first. If you do, tell someone. You could be saving your buddy's life.
Do you want to get the chills? During the commercial break, I did an informal survey right here of our live studio audience. Listen to this. How many of you have seriously contemplated suicide? You teenagers, just the teenagers in the audience. Start over there. How many of you? I got 5 over there. Okay, to my left. How many of you? That's 5 more. In the middle section here. How many of you? I mean, this is wild. I mean, I don't understand what's going on here. Come here, please. Come out here. I know we didn't plan on talking to you, but I just wonder why. First of all, how old are you?
I'm 17.
You're 17 years old.
Yeah.
Why in the world would you want to kill yourself?
Well, the first time was because I'd really messed up in school, and I was in the 8th grade, and I started like stealing from my parents, and like I would shoplift, and I was just into a lot of bad things. I felt really bad about myself.
How do you feel now? Tell me.
Well, now today I feel pretty good.
Not just today. You got to tell me more than that. I mean, you got to make me more optimistic.
Well, I would never kill myself now.
Oh, thank you. Don't. I mean, this is, you know, I don't, you promised me. Make a promise on national television.
I promised you I would never
Swear to
kill
God,
myself.
swear to you, you'll never.
I swear to
all
God,
right,
I'll
all right.
never
Now
kill
I'll let you sit down now. Thank you. I don't know. This reminds me, it's only 5 weeks since the nation was shocked by the multiple or cluster suicide. I'm sure you remember it, those 4 teenagers in Bergenfield, New Jersey. One of the 4 kids was Thomas Alton. He died 3 days before his 19th birthday. His mother, Diane Alton, joins us here tonight now. Diane, and first of all, comment about this survey of our own studio audience.
It's frightening, very frightening.
What happened in Tom's case?
Well, his dad died of suicide. His
father was a suicide. I didn't know that.
Yes.
Did you think that influenced him?
I think it started him on the road, yes.
But there were 4 kids involved. I mean, was it contagious in a sense, do you think?
Drugs, alcohol, depression.
Tell me about Tom.
Tom had been in a rehab for 5 months. He'd been doing real well. He lost his best friend in September.
How did his friend die?
He went over the Palisades.
Another suicide?
No, it was an accident.
But it depressed Tom?
Yes, he was in a rehab at the time, and it was under... They told me it wouldn't be right for him to go to the funeral, and he felt left out.
And he was drug rehab at the time?
Yeah.
What was he using, you know?
He had gotten caught with crack in June. He
Really?
was in one of the best hospitals in the country, a rehab. He was transferred out of there into an out-of-state rehab because it was a very expensive place in Jersey, and the treatment wasn't long enough, and they were using up all our money, so there was nothing available for him in Jersey, nothing.
So what happened? What led up to the act, do you think? The depression?
No, he was doing great. There was no depression.
Was there a change in his behavior? They tell you to look for that. Was he despondent?
No. He was working. He was happy with his car. I don't know.
Did you know the 3 other kids?
I knew the other boy. I did not know the girls.
You know, it baffles me. I can't get a clear fix on it. Maybe he left a note, didn't he? Did they all leave notes? I remember something.
They left one note.
What did Tom say in his note? Maybe it'll shed some light on it.
He said his love went to whoever wanted it, and his hate goes to drugs.
To whoever wanted it. I mean,
He spoke of love and hate, his hate for drugs.
I mean, anyone that says the media overemphasizes the crack thing, they just don't know what the hell's going on out there. They do. But, all right, so he gives his love to whoever wanted it. Does that mean he felt unloved? Was he lost? Was he confused about his future?
I think he was doing so well, and he just didn't want to hurt us anymore. He didn't want to go back. Maybe he saw no future. Maybe he saw no tomorrow. I don't know. They left the house happy. They were coming back for dinner.
At work?
He went to work that day.
Do you have any, I mean, in a terrible way, you're the expert now, so you have to give advice to parents, I mean, to the extent that you feel able to.
My advice to parents is, if you see it at 10 years old, start at 10 years old. Talk to the kids. Make them talk back to you. Don't let them keep anything inside. As soon as his father died, we should have taken him and made him talk about it. 3 years later, we found out that was part of his problem. From there, he went to alcohol. From there, he went to drugs.
What about blame? Do you blame him? Do you blame yourself? Do you blame all of us? Who do you blame?
I blame the system. I think I did everything I could. I think we all did. We did what we were supposed to do. We put him in a rehab. We put him in the best rehab. He was doing real well.
The point is for parents to pay attention, though. Pay attention.
Absolutely. 10 years old, if you see anything, make them talk about it. Don't wait until it's too late.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. We'll have some final thoughts on Innocence Lost after this. Thank you. Three more moms of missing or runaway kids have shown up at the Hollywood Hangout. Right now, ladies, why don't you take this opportunity to talk directly to your child. Go ahead.
Right now?
Yes.
We love you very much. Your sister and your friends miss you. There's no problem too big that we can't solve, honey. Please call home. Please.
Julie Pankratz, I've always told you that I love you more than anything else in the whole wide world, no matter what. And that's still true. I want you and Jim Edgell to call me, tell me you're safe, and let that be your first step to coming home to me.
Matthew, we love you very much. But if you don't want to come home, please call and let us know that you're all right.
Oh, kids, give them all a break. Give them a call. Or call one of the hotline numbers. Call one of the hotline numbers. I mean, how long, the last lady, how long has your child been missing or run away?
My son's been gone 4 years almost.
And the middle lady?
She left April 6, 1986.
A year.
October, sorry.
Okay. The other lady?
My daughter's been gone 145 days.
Oh, come home, kids, come home. In the preparation of this program, we kept asking why. Adolescence is always hard, but why are so many of today's kids hurting so badly? Why are their homes so painful that they prefer the filthy, desperate, dangerous alternatives of life on the run? What have we done to create 14-year-old prostitutes, 12-year-old mothers living in toilet stalls, children agonizing over an impulse to put guns to their heads? Have we let these kids down? Have they let us down? We don't pretend to have the answers, but we do know we have to care more. Every one of us, family and friends, parents and kids, we have to. What good is our life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness if our children go to sleep crying? It's time to declare the me generation over and make our kids public priority number one. I'd like to say goodnight now to my own son, to all the children out there who may be watching. We love you. Sleep tight. I'm Geraldo Rivera. See you next time.